Good morning, everyone. If you are able to see the screen and able to listen my voice properly, please let me know in the chat window so that I can start the class. Thank you, Anu. Okay, let's start the class. Yesterday we discussed about component to component communication. I want to transfer the data from the parent to the child. What is the decorator I need to use, sir? I want to transfer the data from the parent to the child. What is the decorator we should use? Very good, Laharika. Very good, Pradhan. From parent to child. From parent to child. What is the decorator, sir? Bharat, your means input. What is the decorator, sir? Input. I want to transfer from child to the parent. What is the decorator we are going to configure? Output. What is the decorator, sir? Output. And what is the class is used to create object, event object, custom event object. What is the class we are going to use for that? Very good, Nagendra. What is the class we are using? Very good, Anu. Doraya. What is the class we are using, sir? Event emitter. What is the class we are going to use it? Event emitter. So this is the class we are using for creating a new event. So right now, how to transfer the data? What is the method of the event emitter we are going to use it? What is the method of event emitter we use to transfer? Very good, Laharika. What is the method we are going to use? Emit method. What is the method we are going to use it? Emit method. So if you have a relationship, sir, very good, Daria. What is the, if you have a relationship at that time, if you have a relationship, sir, at the time we will use what is the one? Parent to the child or child to the parent. Sir, if I don't have a relationship, I want to transfer the data between two individual components. How to transfer? How to transfer? What is the one we are going to use it? Common service. Very good, ready. What is the one we are going to use? Sir? Common service. So what is the one? Common service. What is the problem with the old example? What is the problem with the old example we discussed yesterday? What is the problem with the old example? Manual updates. What is the problem with the old example? Manual updates. So do you like manual updates? No, sir. How to automate this one? Today's class. How to automate this one? Today's class. So let us go. It is very easy, sir. So everything is ready. I'm using another variable. Observe. What is the variable I am doing? Send data equal to. What is the one we are doing? New subject. So this is the class functionality provided by React.js extension, sir, RxJS. RxJS. So right now, this is the one I am using. So right now, what is the one, sir? We are having the methods. So right now, what is the one, sir? Create a class and create the object for whom, sir? Subject. So get data updates. This dot, what is the one we are doing? Send data dot, what is the one, sir? As observable. So this is the one we are going to do. Whenever the new data is available, we are going to send the data. What is the method we are using? Next, and what is the one, sir? New value. So we are going to create what's sir? Service. In the service, we are having what's sir? Send data. then data subject, and this subject is going to be applicable for, means it is used to provide the logic for automatic updates. So right now observe, in the C1 component, whenever we want to send the data, what is the method we are going to call? Instead of set data, what is the one we are having? Send. Or let us now share. Share the data. So right now, this is the one share data we are calling. So right now, the data will come from where, sir? C1 to the service. From the service, we are sending what, sir? To all the observers. To all the observers. Now I am asking the question. So right now here, very simple. This dot s1 dot get data updates dot, what is the one we are going to do for this one? For this updates we are subscribing, and any new data we are assigning to what variables, sir? This dot j equal to what, sir? Data. And we are sending what data, sir? Number data. That conversion we are doing. So right now, how many times we are registering for the updates, sir? How many times we are registering for the updates? Only only one time. How many times we are registering for the updates? Only one time, because we are calling the constructor. We are calling in the constructor. So we no longer need this manual updation process. It has automatically comes here. So right now, let me run the example. Let us understand with the example execution and CMD ng serve. So very simple. This is my service. Component 1 send the data. Component 1 send the data. Now your service will send the data to the all the registered components, all the registered components. So who is sending the data, sir? So right now the person C1 is sending the data to the service. C1 sending the data to the service. Service automatically sharing the data to whom, sir? C2 or C3 or C4 or C6. Likewise, the many number of components. All these components need to have what's a register for the updates. How they are registered for the updates? What is the code? This dot send dot observable. On this observable, for any new data it is coming assigned to J variable. So I guess it is running fine. Now let me shift localhost colon 4200. See, sir, the data is coming automatically or manually, sir? The data is coming automatically. So this is what we called as what, sir? This is what we called as what? Automatic data sharing between component 1 to component 2. The same thing I can also achieve by using, observe, very simple. I'm creating a button, plus button, means adding, what is the one? Click equal to, what is the one, sir? M1 or M2 based on your choice. Now observe M2. Sorry, M1 it is. So what is the code, sir? Very simple. This dot S1 dot S1 dot, what is the one? Share data. Now observe what is the latest value, sir? This dot J. So I am updating the one this dot J equal to this dot J plus 2. So everything is ready. I'm sending the data. Now I want the updates here. Observe this dot this dot I equal to, sorry, this dot s1 dot, what is the one, get data updates dot, what is the one, subscribe. Now you need to tell whatever the new data it is coming, assign it to what variable, this dot I equal to data. Convert the data because it is a number, it is coming. So this is what happening. Now let me show you. See, sir, with this flexibility, we can share the data from where to where, sir? C1 to the C2, as well as what, sir? C2 to the C1. C2 to the C1. It is a two-way sword, sir. Means both we have the sharpness. So right now, in this way, we can create what, sir? Common data sharing service or not? In this way, we can easily create what, sir? Common data sharing service. So from where to where it is possible, from one component to another component, only one way or two ways. Latest value to all subscribers. To all subscribers. So these are the three things we are having. So right now this is about the service. What about the class, sir? So let me go here. What is the one, sir? We are subscribing. Whenever you call the next method, it calls this one. For every new data, for every new data, it calls the subscribe success function, success or next function. So this is what it is happening, sir. So right now, are you calling for the update or framework is sending automatic updates? So right now, are you calling like get the data, or framework automatically sending to the all the subscribers? Framework, sir. How it is doing, sir? Because you registered for the subscription. What subscription, sir? Any new data updates. Whenever you call send data, share data, automatically what it is we were doing, use the observable and send the next value. Now automatically this two value is assigned to what variable? Data variable, and data variable data is assigned to what variable? J. So in this way we can transfer the data from where to where, sir? C1 to the C2. We can transfer the data from where to where? C1 to the C2. So this is the way we can communicate with what's our parent to the child, as well as what's our child to the parent. And the next one we are having what's a view child, as well as what's a view children, as well as we are having what's a view children. So it is nothing but, let me show you this one. Let us understand the concept, very simple one. Let us go. Let us go to the app component. Now I am asking, who is the parent here? Right now, who is the parent and who is the child? App is the parent. App is the parent. And who are the childs? C1 and C2. So my requirement is in the app component. My requirement is in the app component. I want to access. I want to get C1 and C2. My requirement is what, sir? I want to get component one object and component two object in my app component. How it is possible? By using what is the decorator, sir? View child. The name itself, view is nothing but template. In the template, get the child element object. In the same way, if at all multiple things are there, get all the child objects. Multiple things are there, get all the child object. That is nothing but what is the answer? View children. What is the answer? View children. For understanding purpose, now tell me, for the C1, what is the tag I am going to use it? Sir, what is the decorator I am going to use it for the C1? What is optimum for C1? View child. Very good. Now for C2, what is the tag I need to, what is the decorator I need to use? If you want to get view children, that is what I am telling, sir. So right now, only one component is there and one child component is there, or one child element you want to access. At that time, I will go for what, sir? View child. If you want to access multiple child elements, sir, multiple child element objects, at that time, I will go for what, sir? View children. Which one is good, sir? Both are good. Both have purpose. Both, there is no good or bad, sir. It is nothing but the requirement. What is the requirement? If you want to get the first occurrence or only one element, at the time I will go for the view child. If you want to get all the child elements, at the time I will go for the view children. So let me show you the example. It's very easy. Before that, let me copy this example into our shared drive. So very simple. Observe here, sir. In the C1 component, I am writing what is the tag, sir? In the C1 component, I am writing what is the tag? C2. In the C1 component, I am writing what is the tag, sir? C2. Now tell me who is the parent? C1 is the parent and C2 is the child. So right now, how many times I am using the child component, sir? Twice. How many times I am using the child component? Twice. So how it is possible? So very simple. Observe how you are going to get the object. Very simple. What is the decorator, sir? View children. I'm using what is the decorator? View children. So very simple. View children and C2. View children. What is the answer? C2. So in the same way, observe in the app component, we are using what's our C1. If you want to get the C1 component, what is the code we are going to configure? Component 1. And what is the decorator I need to configure, sir? At the rate view child. What is the child tag name, sir? C1. So this is the way we are going to access it out. This is the way we are going to access this one. So once you have this one, let me write a simple function here. Observe how to get the C1 related one. C1 dot, you can call the methods also. You can call the methods also. It is totally possible. It is totally possible. So once you have the objects, can you access the properties? Yes. Can you access the methods? Yes. All these are possible. All these are possible. So let me show you app component. Very simple one. Button, click. So guys, this is about view child and view children. So sometimes we use these concepts also. So far I didn't use this one. View children is used to access the child component objects or component or element objects in the parent. So this will conclude our component communication. Now we need to learn about new topic that is nothing but component life cycle. What is the answer? Component life cycle. So remember, what is our human life cycle, sir? We born, we live, we die. Do you agree with this one? Yes, because that is what happens. So right now we burn. What is the answer? What is the next one? We live and we die. So the same way in Angular also component follows the same life cycle phases. The first one, init. After creating, we need to do what's a initialization. Initialization. What is the next one? Changes. It is nothing but any property changes. Checked. And finally, we are having what's a destroy. Finally we are having what's a destroy. So what are the life cycle phases for the components, sir? Three life cycle phases are there. What are they, sir? Init, any changes, initialize the component properties, any changes, verify the changes, and finally destroy the component. So those are the things, and let us discuss one by one. So let us see the example first. Yeah, this is good. So let us go and let us understand. So the first step, sir, how to listen to the init stage. How to listen to the init stage. Very simple. So right now, what is the first step, sir? What is the first step we are going to do? Create on init implementation. And in the same way, next one, we need to implement ng on init. What is the function we need to implement, sir? Ng on init. And in the same way, for the changes verification, what is the one we are having? Do check, and in the same way observe on destroy. So these are the three life cycle phases, sir. So now tell me, when the component is created and initialized, what is the function is going to be about to initialize? It will call what function? Init function. When the component properties are modified, it will call what function? Do check function. When the component is about to remove from the view, it will call what function? Destroy function. Now I am asking the code, think about in the TypeScript where we are going to initialize the class properties. I'm asking the question. Please understand the question and give me the answer. In the TypeScript or in the object-oriented programming, where we are going to initialize the class properties. Very good, Pradhan. Very good, Reddy. Where we are going to initialize the class properties, sir? I'm not asking. Very good, Satish. All the class properties will be initialized in the constructor. All the class properties initialized in the constructor. Do you agree with the statement? Yes, sir, because that is the one. But in Angular, so right now, sir, why a separate method? So right now I'm asking, the constructor usually it is available in the TypeScript language or it is introduced by Angular? Is available in the TypeScript language or introduced by Angular? Is available by TypeScript language. Now, Angular using this TypeScript, using this constructor, observe, very good, private HC colon, what is the class I am writing? HTTP client, or let us go with forms module or forms related one, or we can have the router related one. So right now, can I use like this? Do you agree with the statement on the 10th line? The constructor is expecting what object, sir? HTTP client. The constructor is expecting what object? HTTP client. This one in the Angular we call it as dependency injection. In this Angular we call them as what? Dependency injection. We use multiple times. So right now, which object will be created first, sir? Dependency object or dependent object? Dependency object or dependent object? Component one object will be created first or HTTP client object will be created first? C1 or H6? HC. HC. Very good. So right now, until the HTTP client object is created, component object creation is is in waiting phase. Is in waiting phase. Do you agree with that? So that is what I am telling. So right now, this constructor have a special purpose in the Angular. This constructor have a special purpose in the Angular. Only for what purpose we are going to use it? Dependency injection purpose. Dependency injection purpose. What is the purpose of the ng init, sir? Ng on init initialization. What is the purpose of the ng on init, sir? Initialization. So very simple. Now I am writing I variable. This is what I am talking about. This dot I equal to 10. Console dot log in the component 1 constructor. In the component 1 constructor. So treat like this ng on it is also a method or a function which will be called by framework at the time of initialization. At the time of initialization. So right now, observe, any function will be called before the constructor or after the constructor execution. How you are going to call the function, sir? By creating the object. When the object will be created, sir? After calling, means after the constructor execution or before constructor execution? After. After. Now tell me, which function will be called first? Constructor will be called first or ng on init will be called first? Very good, sir. Which one will be called first? Constructor will be called first. So right now, this is also a method. It is also a function. Think like a function. According to the TypeScript, according to the TypeScript language, which one will call first, sir? Constructor. Then only the function can be accessed. Then only function can be accessed. Do you agree with this statement? Right now, I am doing this one. Tell me which one will be called first, sir? M1 or constructor? Constructor. Because if you want to call the M1, we need to call the constructor first. Now tell me, think like ng on init is a design method by Angular. It is not your TypeScript don't have any idea about this method. Do you agree with this statement? Yes, it is because this is introduced by Angular. It is not related to the TypeScript. Now, according to the language execution, which one will be called first? The constructor, and after constructor execution is happen, Angular will call what function? Ng on init internally. So this is what we are having. Now let me show you the code and let us understand the program. Is it executing successfully? Refresh F12. Now you can see which one is called first constructor, which one is called first constructor. So this is the way we are having. Now observe, I am writing a simple function m1, this dot I equal to this dot I plus 2. I am modifying the I value m1. Good. Now observe, I value is modified. So for each and every I value change, I guess let us go here. See sir, for each and every property value change, it is calling Angular is verifying what's a internal verification. What is the method we are they design for this one? For every property change, internally Angular calls what function? Ng do check if it is available. If it is not available, it doesn't care, sir. If it is available, it will call what function? Ng do check. It is nothing but change detection. So right now, whenever the I properties changes, automatically Angular will call what is the function, sir? Ng do check. Not only for the I, any property of component, any property of the component. If you have any requirement like that, you can go with what's a ng do check. That is nothing but changes verification. And finally, if the component is removed from the view, it will call what is the function, sir? Destroy. If the component is removed from the view, it will call what is the function? Destroy. So right now in the app component, I am using ng if equal to what is the variable, sir? Show. So right now, if you click on this one, if you click on this one, what will happen? If you click on this one, what will happen? Go to the app component. This dot show equal to what, sir? Already it is true, not of true. What will happen? False. Now tell me, automatically the show value is false and this one will be removed from the view. Now Angular will call what is the function, sir? Ng destroy. Means the component is removed from the view. The component is removed from the view. Now I am asking the question, how many things we are having, sir? How many, what are the methods we are having? What are the main methods we are having? Ng init, ng do check, ng destroy. And in the same way, I want to show you one thing here. So let me show you. There is another possibility is there. J. I am expecting this data coming from the data from the parent. At that time, what is the decorator we are going to configure? At the rate input. We already know this one. Now J value is there. See sir, from parent the data is coming. I want to notify or I want to write some logic when this data is modified. At that time we have special life cycle event is there. What is the event we are having, sir? On changes. What is the special life cycle event, sir? On changes. What is the one we are going to configure? Ng on changes in the component. What is the one? On changes related one. Now tell me what is the order now? Think what is the order, sir? What is the first one? Initializer means create the object and get the data from the parent and initialize your own data. Any property changes, verify, do check. If the component is removed, call the, what is the method, sir? Destroy. So this is the life cycle stages we are having. What is the first step, sir? What is the first step? Create the object. What is the next step, sir? Accept the data from the parent. That is why ng on changes, and initialize your own. Initialize your own, and finally verify your any property changes. And if at all any means, if the component is removed from the view, at that time we will call what's a destroy method. So this is the way we are going to have the life cycle stages are there, and as well as we are having other stages like view, init, means child related unit events also we can listen, and the same way view, check, view, do check related things also we are having. So all these notes will be available, is already available now in my PDF, sir. Just go this one. Most of the time I use what's these only. Very frequently I use what's init and destroy. I never use this. And these methods most of the time means these are the things are available in the framework. It is not meant that we need to use the all the framework related concepts in the project. In the project, if the framework have 100 function in the project, we are going to use might be 5 or 6 or 10, not more than 10, sir. That is a usual calculation or analytics we are having. So right now the same way component life cycle is of what's the three stages. What are the stages we are having? Init stage, as well as what's the changes verification, and finally we are having what is the stage, sir? Destroy. And the same way we have the child related initialization is also can be happen. And learn this one, and sometimes in the interviews they will ask you these questions. What are the questions, sir? Tell me about the life cycle, and which object will be called, and which method will be called first. Now I am asking the question to fact verification. If the if the component property changes, its own property changes, which method will be called? If the component internal property changes, what is the method will be called? Very good, Pradhan. Very good, Satish. Very good, Arvind. Doraya. Very good. Nagendra. Very good. So the method is what, sir? Do check. If the component input property changes, what is the method will be called? If the component input property changes, what is the method will be called? Very good, Anu. What is the method will be called, sir? Ng on changes. Ng on changes. Now I am asking the question. If the component is removed from the view, which method will be called? The component input means if the component is removed from the view, at the time what method will be called? Destroy. What is the method will be called, sir? Destroy. In the changes, we will also get what's a changes related one. Now observe, I want to represent the changes related thing. So observe here, what is the value is current value, as well as what's the previous value. And right now, what is the initial value it is sending, sir? What is the initial value it is sending? You can observe it is coming here. Let me have. So right now, what is the current value 10, and what is the previous value 10? What is the current value 12? And in the same way, if I click on this once again, it will call the ng changes, and it will send the changed value. What is the property it is changed, sir? J. And what is the previous value? 12, as well as what is the current value? 14. So likewise we can get all the changes also if the data is coming from the parent to the child. If the data is coming from the parent to the child, by using what is object, sir? Changes object. By using what is object? Changes object. So I will export this example into our shared drive and practice this example also, guys. Life cycle. Guys, tomorrow we have the class. The class timings are 8 o'clock, and we are going to learn about the REST API design. REST API design means how to create a REST API by using the Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. Once the project is complete, we can complete this, buddy, Basha. I guess it is another means might be the next week, next weekend, or uh, sometime later. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing the code and access this one and practice. Okay, I'm stopping the class, guys. Thank you.